Have you ever thought about buying a bank-owned property, fixing it up, and flipping it for a profit? Sounds like a great strategy, and for the right investor, it absolutely is. But here's the truth. It's not always the best starting point for every investor. Today, I received a call from a client who asked me exactly that, how she could get access to bank-owned properties that she could renovate and then flip. So let's break down the difference between fix and flip bank-owned properties and maybe turnkey investments so that you can decide which strategy fits your situation. Let's start with bank-owned properties, also referred to as REOs. These are homes that banks have taken back through foreclosure and are now selling, often at a very big discount. The strategy is obviously very simple. Buy it low, renovate it, and sell it for a profit. There are several advantages to that strategy, and the upside can be very, very attractive. First, you can buy far below market value in many cases. Second, you have control over renovations and design. Third, profit potential can be high, especially in a strong market. And finally, it's a great way to build capital quickly if it's done right. But here's where most people underestimate the risk. These deals are competitive. Banks don't just hand them out like those little dumb suckers at the teller window. You'll need cash or specialized financing to compete. Also, renovations almost always cost more and take longer than expected. Keep in mind that you're carrying holding costs, payments, utilities, insurance, all while the home is still being fixed. And most importantly, if the market shifts or the project goes sideways, your profit can disappear quickly. So be ready for all those. For these and many other reasons, fix and flip tends to be better suited for experienced investors with capital, teams, and systems in place. Now let's look at an alternative. Turnkey rental properties. These are homes that are already renovated, often with tenants in place and ready to produce income on day one. Here's why many newer, busy, or investors that want to invest out of state prefer turnkeys. Turnkeys have immediate cash flow. There's no construction delays. They're much lower risk compared to heavy renovations, for example. Financing is typically easier and more traditional with lower interest rates. Property management is already in place if you're a next level investing client. And finally, with turnkey investing, it can be truly passive. You're buying an income producing asset, not a project. In most cases, you know what your costs are, what your expenses will be, and most importantly, how much should you make in profit each month. Of course, there are trade-offs to turnkeys. You're not buying as deep at as deep of a discount. While profit margins are more predictable, they tend to be typically smaller than with a successful flip. But turnkeys, you rely on the provider to deliver a quality product. And lastly, you have less control over renovations and design decisions. So what's the right strategy for you? If you're experienced, have access to capital, and want to actively manage projects, fix and flip can be a powerful wealth building strategy. But if you're looking for simplicity, stability, and scalability, turnkey investing is often the smarter place to start and to grow. If you're trying to figure out which path makes the most sense for you, that's exactly what I help my clients do every single day. Reach out to me directly, call, text, or message, and I'll walk you through the numbers, the financing, and the strategy that actually fits your personal goals. Because the right investment isn't just about the deal, it's about the plan, and it's about the purpose behind it.